to the show. Joining our panel tonight is Rolling Stone journalist Matt Taibbi. Founder and CEO of Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, Paul Rieckhoff. Very funny person, comedian Sabrina Jalees. Yeah, Sabrina. And former special ops sniper and author of The Reaper, Nick Irving. Good night. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. Now, Paul, I want to start with you because this movie, it's really amazing that a movie like this with this kind of content is making $200 million. From your point of view, why do you think it's striking a chord?
It's a really good movie. It's a powerful story. I mean, it's powerful enough that we're sitting on a comedy show talking about the Iraq War. I think it's communicating what we as veterans haven't been able to communicate for a decade. There's a lot of pieces you could pull apart, but at the end of the day, it's a very powerful story. And I think that's why the veterans community is behind it. It feels authentic, it feels real. And at the end of the day, it's an entertaining film. And I think that's what's got America talking.
So you feel it's on that simple level. It's just a good movie. And is it that we want to feel good about Iraq? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, America is not that interested in Iraq. They're not interested in veterans issues.
Right.
I mean, we had a VA scandal and nobody gave a but now everybody is really focused, and I've said that before, I'll take that. We need to find connections, and if this film does that,
if it gives attention to veterans, then that's a net positive,
that's a good step,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Now, man, I know you had some critical things to say about the movie. Was your criticism based on the fact that you felt the war was inaccurate, or that their portrayal of the war was inaccurate and it made a lot of money?
No, I mean...
or not made a lot of money, but that it's creating this kind of,
Right, this thing in the zeitgeist. No,
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
Look, it doesn't have to be a documentary, but I think, the fact that they left out the part that we invaded the wrong country, I just think that was an important plot element. And
tiny little omission?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, it completely changes the entire complexion of the story if you leave out the context of the mission, and that's really all I was trying to say. I didn't want to disparage veterans in any way or the military in any way. I just thought they left out some important historical details.
Well, part of it may be that when I watched that movie, I felt when it showed that, because I know exactly what you're talking about, but to me, it made me feel that, okay, that's what made that guy go. Nick, do you think that it's hard for us to be able to relate to veterans and people that are actually in war?
Oh yeah, I don't think anybody will ever be able to relate unless you've been there and seen your best friend get shot in the face. I don't think you can relate to that. You can't put that on camera or on film, and I've seen it quite often.
And I think what you do, I mean, you're a sniper. I think, no, you have the most unrelatable, you're sniper, president, late night talk show host. Those are the most those are the most unrelatable things. Why do you think it is so unrelatable?
Our skill set and our job is, it's hard to put in words. I mean, we're sent out there to kill people. That's our sole purpose in life. And,
man, that was... no, but when you say that, it doesn't...
heavy.
It is heavy, right?
I mean, it doesn't... I don't look at the aspect behind it as far as, I'm going to kill this guy. He's nothing but a target at that point, and if I can prevent one of my friends from dying, then yeah, I'm going to put one through you.
Now, Sabrina, as just a moviegoer, how does
I'm
that
terrified.
That's what I mean.
No.
Is it looking at how the sausage is made too much in a sense?
You lost me at sausage.
No, sorry, that's true.
Clearly.
Some of us get that joke right now. But as a moviegoer, do you just want to see a good movie? Do you not care about being able to relate or the accuracy?
I mean, to be honest, I didn't think it was like an amazing movie. I thought it was cool that it did show what it's like to come home from war, but like the love story was, like the female lead in it was just kind of one-dimensional. It was the same scene over and over again for her being like, don't go to war, don't go to war, don't go to war. And it's like, bitch, this is the best shooter in the world. He's got to go to war.
Right.
She was like a broken Roomba just banging against the same wall.
And I think Spielberg was supposed to direct this movie at first, right? So it would have been a completely different movie if he'd done it. I mean,
yeah, but Clint Eastwood did it, and it's a Clint Eastwood film, and it is simplified. It's a black and white view of the war, which was, Chris Kyle's view of the war. It was also George Bush's view of the war, and that's an important perspective. It wasn't my perspective.
Right.
It's not every veteran's perspective.
But you like that perspective.
But I'm sorry?
But you like that perspective.
No, I like that perspective to be told, which is different because it is part of the larger story.
Everybody
has their own story, and this was Chris Kyle's story. And if it gets millions of people to go out there and understand what we've gone through, then we'll take it.
Nick, how much of an issue is? Go ahead if you want to clap. Great.
Thank you.
How much? How much of an issue is the PTSD part of it?
I think it's a big issue. Like my last deployment, in 4 months, I killed 33 guys as a sniper.
33.
Yeah. And it played a big toll. The bodies didn't matter. I didn't care about the
You're not
killing
assessing any threats right now.
part.
right?
No,
Okay,
no.
all right.
I'm a nice guy. No.
Come back, Sabrina.
Yeah. I don't have any regrets about anything, killing anyone. I regret not being able to save the guy who saved my life.
That's what he said in the movie, right?
Yeah, that's why I wear this bracelet. Benjamin Kopp, he was 21 years old and saved my life, and I watched him 5 minutes later take one.
Yeah.
So I couldn't.
Do you have to compartmentalize that? Because I was taken by how, if you don't compartmentalize that, I think you're going to be in a way.
Oh, yeah.
Or on a much faster road, because I think part of you has to be messed up anyway. I'm not saying that you're messed up.
No, I mean, yeah, you can, I think so. I mean,
do you have to be kind of a dick to go into it? Not saying that you're kind of a dick.
No. I deployed, was it 5 times, and each time had its own little story behind it, but actually, when I got out, the PTSD thing was real, it was there. I would wake up at 6 a.m. and drink to 4 a.m. For 2 years I did that. I don't remember drinking water for 2 years. It was just alcohol to try to forget feelings.
Sure, I can imagine. Matt, do you think movies like this make it easier or harder for us to understand what they're going through?
Well, I mean, I think it helps. It certainly does make it easier for people to understand how difficult it is. That's one thing that the movie did do. It certainly showed that he had a struggle. It wasn't as overt about it as maybe you would have thought, but I think it did definitely address some of that in the movie.
The coming home part of it is very powerful. And I've had a lot of civilians walk up to me and say, now I can start to understand what you went through. And the point that we try to make is everybody always asks us how many people we've killed. Nobody ever asks us how many people we saved. And that's an important part of the story that does have to be told. It's not the complete story, but it is a very complex thing that Hollywood will never encapsulate. But we're here on a comedy show talking about the war again, and we're talking about veterans issues, and hopefully that discussion will continue.
Do you think if it was a different war, it would have made a difference? I mean, I think the fact that people have a lot of issues about this particular war, it's hard for us to compartmentalize sometimes. Do you think that's a big problem, Nick?
I do. Maybe the reason why we went to Iraq, I didn't care about that. I signed up in 2004.
Why did you sign up?
Saw the Twin Towers fall, and a few years later, I was, in Afghanistan, or in Iraq, and then Afghanistan. So I deployed multiple times to each. Was it 3 times to Iraq, 2 times to Afghanistan, something like that. And,
Well, did you want to say one last thing, Sabrina?
Yeah, now that they're applauding, I just wanted to also add. No, I think that the discussion isn't whether you guys do an amazing job at what you do. And it's interesting, my father's Pakistani, and I grew up in Canada, and I grew up with him looking at the TV being like, oh, these mother, But my father-in-law served in the military for, over 2 decades. So in getting to know him, it's not a caricature, it's not these gun-slinging people versus these poor brown people. I just think what the movie missed was a little bit of the balance. And I saw you acknowledge that, right?
Absolutely.
The movie, it was a little bit like Duck Hunt, but instead of ducks, it was Iraqis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sure being over there in the war, you guys must have met tons of people.
I met nice people.
That were nice, that wanted peace.
Yeah, but you shouldn't get your full perspective on Iraq in a 2-hour Hollywood movie. I mean, read a book.
I don't have
read
a
a
lot
book.
of time.
Well, no, hey, come hang out with us. We're not that bad.
Movie.
We're not that bad. Come hang out with us. We'll
I mean, if you're drinking at 6 a.m., I will hang out with you.
Exactly. Well, I think that's one. We may not be able to agree on this movie, but we can all agree that drinking at 6 a.m. ain't always a bad thing, okay? We'll be right back with Keep It 100. Hey, America. Follow The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore on Twitter. But don't follow me home. I want followers, but I don't want followers. That's